off where I stood still, like it remembered every will. The sky hung low, too close to breathe, over something buried underneath. No cross to mark, no name to tell, just quiet earth that knew too well. And every step I took instead felt like I walked with the dead. I came back here at break of night to face what I buried out of sight. The shovel's rust still fits my hand, like it remembers what I planned. The trees don't move, the wind don't cry, just silence stretched across the sky. And every shadow bends too long, like it's been waiting all along. I tried to leave this place behind, but you don't outrun your own damn mind. And every mile I ever fled just dug me deeper into the dead. There's a weight beneath the dirt and stone that don't belong to flesh and bone. It's every truth I never said, buried down in silent dread. It's 6 feet of regret I made in the dark, where the truth won't fade. No prayer can wash, no time can mend what I laid down and tried to end. Though I tried to walk away from it, but every step just tightened it. And now I stand where I once fled, above 6 feet of living dead. I see your face in the shifting ground, not in sight but in the sound. Every scrape, every grain of dirt feels like a memory dragged through hurt. The night grows thick around my chest, like it won't let me second guess. And every breath I try to take feels like a promise I can't break. The hole ain't deep enough to hide what still breathes on the other side. And every inch I tried to fill only made the silence louder still. The earth don't forgive, it just holds tight. Every wrong done out of sight, and every lie I tried to keep still breathes beneath that shallow deep end. 6 feet of regret I made in the dark, where the truth won't fade. No prayer can wash, no time can mend what I laid down and tried to end. Oh, I tried to walk away from it, but every step just tightened it. And now I stand where I once fled, above 6 feet of living dead. I dropped the shovel, hands went numb, like I knew what I'd become. Not a man who lost his way, but one who chose it anyway. The ground beneath began to shift, not breaking through, but just enough to remind me clear and slow. Some things don't stay where you let them go. I heard no scream, I saw no sign, but something moved between the lines of what I buried, what I knew, and what still lives because of you. There ain't no grave that holds us in once it starts beneath your skin. No dirt, no dark, no hollow ground can silence what won't stay down. And every night I close my eyes, I feel the weight I can't deny. Not from below, not from the dead, but from the life I left instead. It's 6 feet of regret I made, but I'm the one that never stayed. No burial deep, no ending true, just endless ground between me and you. Oh, I tried to leave, but now I see there ain't no distance left for me. And every road I ever tread leads back to 6 feet of regret. Now I don't dig, I don't repair, I just return and stand there, where silence breathes and shadows spread over the place I left you dead. And if you ever pass this land and feel the weight beneath your stand, don't stay too long, don't look ahead. or you'll find your own 6 feet of regret. The night stays still, the ground won't part. It holds what's buried in my heart, and I remain where truth has bled, bound to 6 feet of regret. The night rang low like it had nowhere else to go. Glass and laughter, smoke and sin all circle me within. And in that noise so loud, so tight, I lost my faith that night. It started small, a careless word, the kind you wish you never heard. Then bottles turned to breaking sound, and truth got knocked right to the ground. The jukebox died mid-fading tune, like even music left the room. And every promise I once knew got buried in the blue. No holy sign, no warning grace, just fists and flash and broken space. The air got thick, the floorboard shook, like even heaven took a look. And every breath I tried to save just fell into the grave. I lost my faith in a barroom fight that night, under flickering, dying light. No prayer could land, no voice could stay, just chaos pulling it away. Oh, I tried to hold, I tried to pray, but it all got swept away. And every step I tried to take still feels like what I break. A broken glass, a shattered name, nobody there was quite the same. The preacher's son drifted too, all just red and blue. The floor was slick with truth and lies, reflected in 1,000 eyes. And in that mess of blood and sound, no higher ground was found. The cross I wore inside my chest got lost among the rest. The night don't care who's right or wrong, it owned it, turns it into song. And every breath I can't rewind still lingers in my mind. I lost my faith in a barroom fight for me, and never set me free. No final word, no saving hand, just glass across the land. No, I tried to stay, I tried to run, but the damage was already done. And every breath I tried to find still shakes inside my mind. Now every time I hear that sound of bottles breaking on the ground, it takes me back to where it fell, where heaven turned to hell. Not devil there, not angels either, just men who couldn't be believers. And somewhere in that final swing, I lost everything. Not God, not hope, not truth or flame, just something I can't name. It ain't the bar, it ain't the fight, it's everything that feels not right. Every faith we try to keep still cracks and broken sleep. And belief don't always die clean, sometimes it's lost between a shattered glass and fading light inside a barroom fight. I lost my faith in a barroom fight for good, and I've nothing and never understood. No peace to find, no place to stand, just the broken bottles in my hand. Oh, I tried to pray, I tried to stay, but it all slipped away. And every breath I try to keep still drifts too deep. Now I don't pray when nights get long, I just remember what went wrong. No truth to fix, no past to name, just echoes that don't end. Not devil there, not angel. like it's afraid to touch the skin. And the light above the basin doesn't flicker, doesn't lie, but it can't erase the feeling of something still inside. I tried to scrub it out in silence till my hands went pale and sore, but the stain don't act like matter, it just settles in the core. Every drop of water falling feels like memory return, like it carries what I'm losing in a way I never learned. There's no visible reminder, no clear shape I can define, but I feel it in the pressure every time I cross the line. No amount of time will break it, no attempt can rearrange it, and every breath I try to take feels like it's already stained. The blood won't wash clean tonight, no wrong erase, no right inside, just something that refuses to leave, no matter what I try to believe. Oh, I scrubbed until I broke, tried to turn it into smoke, but every drop that should have gone just lingers when the water's on. The mirror doesn't show it clearly, but I see it all the same. Not in shape, but in the silence that responds when I say my name. There's no witness left to question, no one left to testify, but the absence feels like knowing something no one can deny. I turn away, it stays behind me. I look down, it's still there too, like it learned to live between what I did and what is true. No truth to fix, no past to change, just something I can't rearrange. And every step I try to take feels like it's already stained. The blood won't wash clean, I see it was never just on me. No matter how I tried to run, it stayed until the day was done. Oh, I turned the water on till every feeling should be gone, but every drop that falls away still carries what it cannot see. Now don't fight the reflection, let it settle where it will. There's no ending in the cleaning, just a silence growing still. And it isn't punishment speaking, it's just something left to be, like a truth that won't dissolve now in the way I try to be. And in that quiet recognition, with no resistance left to try, I stop calling it a burden and let it occupy. It ain't what water takes away, it's what refuses to decay. Every act you try to hide finds a place it can survive, and nothing pure stays untouched by the weight of what it was. So every stain you try to fight becomes a part of your life. The blood won't wash clean, I know it was never meant to go. No matter how I tried to be, it stayed right here inside of me. Oh, I stood still, I let it stay, watched the water run away, and every drop I thought was free still carried what remains of me. Now the sink runs out of motion, but the feeling doesn't fade, just a quiet understanding of the choices that I made. And if you ever try to clean what refuses to be gone, don't assume it leaves you empty. It might be what you become. sky was gray, the kind that never feels like day. And I still see her walking free, like she was never meant for me. The rope still sways above the ground, where silence makes the only sound. And every step I try to trace just leads me back to that same place. She didn't cry, she didn't stay, just turned her eyes and walked away. Like something broke, but I couldn't tell if it was love or something else. The sheriff's men stood lined in rows, like they already knew how it goes. And I stood still, too late to run, to undo what I'd become. Her hand was soft, her voice was low. She said, "There's things you'll never know." And then she looked toward the rope, like it offered her some hope. I called her name, but not too loud, like I was still afraid of sound. And every breath I couldn't keep felt like it sank too deep. She left me for the gallows that day. No tears, no words, no final stay, just shadows where her loved ones grew, in a sky that split in two. Oh, I tried to reach, I tried to fight, but she chose the fading light, and every memory I pursue still hangs right there with you. The preacher spoke, but I heard none, just saw the way her gaze was gone. Not hatred, not regret or blame, just something I can't name. The crowd stood still, like carved in stone, but I've never felt more alone than watching her step past the line where she stopped being mine. The rope creaked slow in morning air, like it already knew she'd care more for the end than what was said, or what was left instead. The world went quiet, sharp and tight, like it was holding back the night, and every second stretching through pulled me farther from you. She left me for the gallows that day. No tears, no words, no final stay, just shadows where her loved ones grew, and a sky that split in two. Oh, I tried to reach, I tried to fight, but she chose the fading light, and every memory I pursue still hangs right there with you. They say she chose it on her own, like she had always been alone. But I still hear her last goodbye somewhere behind a hollow sky. And when the wind begins to turn, I feel the lessons I never learned, that love don't always stay and wait. Sometimes it walks straight into fate. The gallows don't forget a name, they just remember what you became. And I still stand beneath the beam where she left me in a dream. It ain't the rope, it ain't the wood, it's everything misunderstood. Every moment left unsaid becomes the space where love is dead. And some goodbyes don't fall like rain, they carve themselves inside your pain, until every breath you try to take still feels like her mistake. She left me for the gallows still, like it was always part of her will. No turning back. to you. Now I don't speak, I don't pretend. I stand beneath what won't amend. No closure left, no truth to find, just her still living in my mind. And if you ever love too deep and feel the silence start to creep, don't let it choose for you the end, or love will never come again. The rope still sways, the wind runs low, but she's already let me go. And I remain where shadows bow, with what I lost still hanging now. There was nothing in the warning, no sign carved in the sky, just a stillness in the evening that no one questioned why. And the air felt strangely open, like a door left standing wide, but no one thought to close it the night the angels left. All burn like always, no flicker, no delay. Every voice stayed in its rhythm, like nothing slipped away. But something pulled back slowly, too quiet to detect, like a hand that once was steady, no longer chose to rest. There's no sound of wings departing, no shadow on the ground, just a space where something guarded that isn't here now. No line was crossed, no word was said, just something missing overhead. And every breath we took that night carried on without the light. It was the night the angels left us here, no voice to guide, no presence near, just something gone we couldn't name, till everything began to change. Oh, we walked like nothing broke, spoke the same and breathed the smoke, but every step we didn't check was taken without what we kept. The door stayed open longer, the streets felt slightly wide, every corner held a silence that no one could divide. There's a weight inside the quiet, like a shift beneath the skin, and you feel it in the distance, though you can't say where it's been. No one turned to mark the moment, no one tried to understand, but something that once held the line was no longer in command. No warning sign, no truth to face, just something gone without a trace. And every step we took alone felt like something we had grown. It was the night the angels left us here, no sense of wrong, no sense of fear, just something absent in the air that made it clear they weren't there. Oh, we stayed, we carried on, like nothing right had turned to wrong, but every word we tried to keep fell somewhere settled in its way. No return, no second passing, no reversal I could tell. Just the sense that something lifted and left us to ourselves. And in that stillness, slow and certain, with no presence left to claim, I stopped waiting for their voices and felt the weight remain. It ain't a fall you hear or see, it's what's no longer meant to be. Every God you never knew can leave without a word to you. And angels don't always descend, sometimes they just quietly end. So every line you thought was held might be something else as well. It was a night, and now I know it wasn't sudden, just let go. No matter how we try to see, it's how it's always gonna be. Oh, we stayed, we didn't run, but something changed in everyone. And every step we take from here is taken without something near. Now the sky looks just the same, no tear, no mark, no sign. But the space it used to carry feels different every time. And if you ever feel that absence, like the world just slipped a layer, don't look up to find what left you. It might not still be there. There's no sound where it settled, no trace of how it came, just a quiet rearranging of everything the same. And the light don't seem to linger, like it knows it's not allowed. There's a stillness in the corners that feels heavier than sound. I don't remember when it started, no clean line I can draw, just a slow and steady fading of what I thought I saw. Every door is still wide open, every road still leads somewhere, but the meaning in the distance don't arrive the way it's there. There's no fight left in the silence, no resistance in the air, just the sense that something finished without needing to be there. No final call, no last demand, just something slipping through my hands. And every breath I try to take feels like it's already late. The darkness took its due tonight, no wrong to name, no clear right, just something claimed without a word that everyone somehow heard. Oh, I tried to hold the line, tried to call it out in time, but every step I thought was mine was already redefined. The streets still look the same as ever, same old cracks, same fading paint, but the weight behind the structure feels a little less restrained. No one speaks about the difference, no one stops to question why, but there's something in the stillness that refuses to reply. I see it in the way they're moving, like they've learned to not resist, like the loss was never sudden, just a thing already missed. No name to call, no debt to show, just something everyone will know. And every truth I try to stood still where nothing changes, let the silence pass me through. Tried to find what was taken, but there was nothing I could do. No moment left to point to, no edge where it began. Just the slow and final settling of everything I am. And in that quiet realization, with no resistance left inside, I stopped asking for return and let the absence be my guide. It ain't a force that comes and goes, it's what remains when nothing shows. Every truth you fail to keep finds a place it's meant to sleep. And darkness don't demand a name, it simply takes what won't remain. So everything you thought you owned becomes something it hasn't known. The darkness took its due, it's done, no ending left, no place to run. No matter how I tried to see, it was always part of me. Oh, I stayed, I didn't hide, watched it settle deep inside. And every step I thought I made was something already paid. And now the silence doesn't echo, it just rests where I stand. Every loss I tried to measure slips right through my hands. And if you ever feel the ending before you see it arrive, don't assume it comes from nowhere. It might be what kept you alive.
There's a chapel out past the crooked trees, where the earth stays still and the shadows breathe. No cross out front, just a splintered frame and a rusted bell with no tongue to name. I was led there once by a voice I knew, sounded soft like truth, but it cut right through. Said, step inside, lay your burdens down. But the door slammed shut without a sound, and the light went dead like it feared that place. Left me staring at my own face. The bell never rings, but it calls me still. From the hollow dark of that broken hill, every prayer I speak just fades away, like it never had a word to say. Hear the silence crawl through the rotting beams, like it feeds on faith and forgotten dreams. I don't kneel, I don't confess, just drown in a truth I can't address. There's a pew with a name carved deep in the wood. I traced it slow like I knew I should. Every letter cut with a shaking hand, like the truth was more than it could withstand. There was wax on the floor from a melted plea, like someone begged not to be what I'd be. And the walls leaned close when I spoke out loud, like they carried the weight of a buried crowd. And the air grew thick when I tried to pray, like the words themselves just slipped away. The bell never rings, but it calls me still. From the hollow dark of that broken hill, every prayer I speak just fades away, like it never had a word to say. Hear the silence crawl through the rotting beams, like it feeds on faith and forgotten dreams. I don't kneel, I don't confess, just drown in a truth I can't address. by the altar rail with a crooked spine and a face gone pale. He said, I've been here since I lost my way, since the bell went silent that final day. I said, why don't you leave this place? He just smiled with a hollow face, said, you don't walk out once you come to see. Then he slowly turned and he looked like me. And my heart beat slow, like it knew that truth, like the past and present had split in two. Every breath I took felt borrowed and thin, like I never really made it in. I climbed the steps to the altar stone with the weight in my chest I had always known. Put my hands where the others bled, felt a pulse run cold through the words unsaid, and the silence screamed without a sound as the walls began to close around. Now I sit in that pew where my name was carved, with a faith long dead and a soul half starved. I hear footsteps come, but no one's there, just the echo of a whispered prayer. And I see new faces drift inside with that same lost look they try to hide. But I don't speak, I just watch them kneel, and I wonder if this is how they'll feel. The bell never rings, but it calls us all to the quiet place where the faithful fall. Every word we trust turns to dust in time, in a house that feeds on the lost and blind. Hear it breathe through the cracks in stone, like it's claiming hearts it is always owned. We don't leave, we don't confess, just become what we can't suppress. The bell never rings, it just lets you stay in the space where belief starts to decay. Every doubt you hide comes crawling through, till there's nothing left that you thought you knew. If there's God, He don't hear this place, left us locked in a cold embrace. We don't rise, we descend to the sound of a bell that will never end. So if you hear that silence call your name from a broken hill wrapped in ash and shame, don't step close, don't cross that line, 'cause the moment you do, it becomes your shrine. And you won't hear bells or a voice or a plea, just the sound of nothing where you used to be. In a chapel still, where no soul sings and the silence tolls, where the bell never rings.
Speaks in wood and broken nails, and hollow halls and winding trails. Every step becomes a sound, like something waking underground. The wind don't knock, it slips inside, through gaps where secrets try to hide. And every breath the walls release feels like it's begging for release. I came back here after all these years to face what time refused to clear. The paint still peels like fading skin from all the things that lived within. The porch leans forward like it knows the weight of every truth it feels like a night I can't deny. The door still hangs on rusted hinges like it's afraid to let me in, but it opens slow without a hand, like it already understands. And then I heard it start to speak, not words, just rhythm in the creek, a language old as broken beams, built from forgotten dreams. It's the creaking old house calling my name, when nothing here has stayed the same. Every floorboard tells the truth of everything I tried to lose. Oh, I walk, but it walks with me through every room it used to be, and every sound I try to fight just echoes deeper in the night. The hallway stretches longer now than anything I once knew how. The walls lean close, then drift away, like they can't decide to stay. A portrait hangs with eyes half blind, still watching from a different time. And every time I pass it slow, it feels like it begins to know. The basement breathes beneath the floor, like it remembers what came before. And every step that leads me down feels like it's pulling me further down. The ceiling sighs, the hinges cry, like something never learned to die. And in that sound I understand, this house was never just a land. It's the creaking old house calling my name, when nothing here has stayed the same. Every floorboard tells the truth of everything I tried to lose. Oh, I walk, but it walks with me through every room it used to be, and every sound I tried to fight just echoes deeper in the night. I see my younger self again, standing where the halls begin. But when I reach, he fades to dust, like memory losing trust. The attic hums a broken tune underneath the fading moon, and every box I left behind is filled with versions of my mind. The house don't sleep, it don't forgive, it only knows how things once lived. And every crack inside its frame still whispers back my name. And now I know I never left, I'm just a ghost it hasn't kept, a story carved into its bones, a voice inside the wooden tones. And every creak becomes a chain that ties me back to here again. No matter where I try to roam, the house has always been my home. It's the creaking old house calling my name, when nothing here has stayed the same. Every floorboard tells the truth of everything I tried to lose. So I walk, but it walks with me through every room it used to be, and now I know I can't escape. The house remembers every shape. Now I sit where silence grows between the beams, the darkness knows, and every sound becomes my fate in rooms that never learned to wait. And maybe I was never free, just part of its machinery, a voice inside the wooden dust, inside the creaking house of rust. The house still breathes, it still remains through broken walls and hollow panes, and I am just another sound in the creaking old house still bound. was no flame, no sudden moment, no voice to seal the cost. Just a silence in the timing, where something subtle got lost. And the air didn't feel different, not at first, not right away. Just a little less like mine now, in a way I can't replay. It started with a small decision, something easy to ignore. Just a choice I told myself was nothing I hadn't done before. No signature, no binding, no contract I could read. Just a feeling something answered before I knew I'd agreed. There was nothing in the offering that suggested what it meant, just a sense that I was choosing what I hadn't fully spent. No line to cross, no voice to warn, just something changing form. And every breath I thought was mine felt slightly redefined. It was a night I sold my soul tonight. No fire, no wrong or right, just something slipping out of place that I can now retrace. So I thought it would feel like loss, like a moment, like a cause. But every step I take from them feels like it's not fully me again. The world kept moving like it always, nothing broke, nothing changed. But the distance in my reflection feels a little rearranged. There's no sound that marks the moment, no echo I can hear, just the quiet understanding that something else is steering near. I try to call it back in thought, try to reverse the line, but the silence only answers that it's no longer mine. No truth to fight, no debt to show, just something I already know. And every time I try to stand, feels like it's under different hands. It was the night I sold my soul. I see it was never just for free. No matter how I try to lie, it stayed alive inside. Oh, I tried to run, but the separation never comes. And every breath I thought I took belongs to something I mistook. Now I walk without resistance, let it move the way it will. There's no border left between us, no place to stand still. And it isn't something watching, it's just something that remains, like a version of me speaking with a slightly different name. And in that quiet recognition, with no reclaim left to try, I stop searching for returning and let it occupy. It ain't a deal you sign in ink, it's what you slowly start to think. Every choice you justify becomes the self you can't deny. And souls don't vanish in a break, they shift with every path you take. So every step you thought was free was already part of me. It was the night, and now I know it never really lets you go. No matter how I tried to be, it was always inside me. Oh, I stayed, I didn't fight, let it settle in the night. And every
was mine was already redefined. Now there's no clear separation between what's lost and what remains, just a quiet integration I can no longer explain. And if you ever feel a moment where you don't feel fully whole, don't assume you've been taken. It might be the shape of your soul. There's a well out back where the rope's long gone, just a circle of stone that the dark leans on. No one draws from it, no one dares, but you hear it breathe when the night air stares. I was told as a child, don't look inside, don't lean too close, don't test your pride. But the deeper the warning, the more it pulls, like a truth buried down where the silence rules. And I felt it shift when I crossed that line, like the dark below had a voice like mine. The well still echoes when I call my name, through the hollow dark and the buried shame. Every word comes back just a little wrong, like it's been down there for far too long. Hear it whisper low from the endless deep, where the things we hide never really sleep. I don't turn, I don't yell, I just listen to the voice in the well. There's a bucket chain rusted to the side, with a stain that never quite dried. I don't recall what it held before, just the sound it made when it hit that floor. There were marks in the stone, like someone climbed or tried to escape what they left behind. And I swear I saw fingers etched in place, like they slipped back down without a trace. And the air went still when I leaned in close, like it knew exactly what I'd expose. When I call my name, through the hollow dark and the buried shame. Every word comes back just a little wrong, like it's been down there for far too long. Hear it whisper low from the endless deep, where the things we hide never really sleep. I don't turn, I don't yell, I just listen to the voice in the well. There's a story told about a man who fell, said he screamed for hours from that same old well. But no one came and the sound just died, or maybe it changed or multiplied. I dropped a stone just to hear it land, but it never hit, it never slammed. Just a breath came back, slow and pale, saying words I knew a little too well. The voice grew clear as it called me near, not from below, but right here. I tried to step back, but my feet stood still, like I'd already given in to the will. Every heartbeat matched that hollow sound, like my pulse belonged to the ground. Then I heard it speak without delay. You didn't come here, you were led this way. Now I walk that field where the well still waits, with a silent pull I can't escape. I see others come with that same lost stare, drawn in by something they're not aware. And I try to warn, but no words come out, just a broken breath wrapped in doubt. Guess I'm part of what calls him near, just another echo they'll soon hear. The well still echoes, but now it's me and the voice they hear when they lean to see. Every word I speak pulls them down to the hollow dark beneath the ground. Hear me whisper, Lord, just take a look, like the lie I once mistook. I don't leave, I don't dwell, I just become find that circle of stone one day, and you hear your name in a distant way, don't lean close, don't try to tell if it's real or just a spell. 'Cause once it speaks, you'll break that shell, and you won't leave, you'll just become another voice inside the well. So if you find that circle of stone one day, and you hear your name in a distant way, don't lean close, don't try to tell if it's real or just a spell. 'Cause once it speaks, you'll break that shell, and you won't leave, you'll just become another voice inside the well. So if you find that circle of stone one day, and you hear your name in a distant way, don't lean close, don't try to tell if it's real or just a spell. There's a well out back where the rope's long gone, just a circle of stone that the dark leans on. No one draws from it, no one dares, but you hear it breathe when the night air stares. I was told as a child, don't look inside, don't lean too close, don't test your pride. But the deeper the warning, the more it pulls, like a truth buried down where the silence rules. And I felt it shift when I crossed that line, like the dark below had a voice like mine.
Some things don't stay down, no matter how deep you dig. I put it in the ground where the light don't go, under 10 feet of lies and frozen snow. Covered it up with prayers I didn't mean, and a promise to forget what I'd seen. But the earth don't keep what the heart won't release. It pushes it up like it's begging for peace. Every season turns, but it never feels gone, like a curse that just keeps moving on. I tried to lock it away, but it learned how to stay in the back of everything I say. It's a sin that won't stay buried, won't stay asleep, keeps crawling back from the dark so deep. Every mile I run, every lie I defend, it finds its way back again. Yeah, it's a sin that won't stay buried in the dark. It keeps beating like a broken heart, and no matter how I pray or how far I flee, it keeps coming back for me. I heard it in the wind through a broken fence line, saw it in the mirror when I lost my mind. It don't wear a face, it don't need a name, but I feel it when I hear my own name. There's a stain on my hands that don't wash away clean, no matter how much water I've been in between. And every town I pass starts to feel the same, like they already know what I came to escape. And the silence starts to speak from the places I won't keep, where the buried truth runs deep. It's a sin that won't stay buried, won't stay asleep, keeps crawling back from the dark so deep. Every mile I run, every lie I defend, it finds
remembers. You carried it. I thought time would make it fade, but it only learned my name. When the truth makes a sound, and it follows me around. It's a sin that won't stay buried, won't stay asleep, keeps crawling back from the dirt so deep. Every scar I hide, every truth I deny, just keeps rising back to life. Yeah, it's a sin that won't stay buried in my soul. It's the part of me I can't control, and no matter how I break or how I bleed, it keeps coming back for me. It's a sin that won't stay buried. I know it's true, because it's everything I ever did to you. And every night I fall, I can clearly see it was never buried, it was always me. I buried it deep, but it learned how to breathe.